is I, the Poptimist, and today we have bassist Jeremy Conn. Jeremy, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, man.
When did you first start playing down on Broadway?
I moved here in 2011, and I think I got my first gig like maybe later on that year, if not early in 2012.
And what was the process like for starting to play down there?
A lot different than it is now.
How so?
There weren't as many bars. There wasn't as much attention on the whole thing. There were still meters you could park at, like on the side of the road in front of the bars.
On Broadway?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, when I moved here, it was like just a two-way street with meters on the side that you could park at. It was awesome because you could get like a meter spot in front of your gig at Tequila Cowboy was called.
Before it was Jason Aldean's.
It was Cadillac Ranch.
Oh, okay.
And you could park there and then make $40, and you didn't have to pay for parking.
Damn.
Yeah, it was wild. But it was like you would just go down there and just try to meet. I would just like look for bands that I liked and bass players that I liked, and then
Asked to sit in.
yeah, buy them a beer. That usually worked.
So was there a ramp up for doing something like that? Were you taking really shitty gigs at first? Did you have to learn a bunch of songs?
I was a bad player when I moved here, so yeah, I was taking bad gigs. I was taking any gigs. I was working like cartage for like cartage companies. I was hauling shit into the Ryman.
Oh shit. Okay, so you were helping with like gear and shit.
Just anything I could do that was like related to music where I could make any kind of money. Because yeah, I came here with like no musical experience outside of I'm like self-taught and I was in punk bands.
Where did you grow up?
Northwest Ohio, in like a little farm town.
So were you playing in like garage bands, talent shows, that kind of a deal?
Yeah, if you won a talent show, you felt like you were doing something.
Totally.
Yeah,
Definitely.
under like big circus tents and shit, you know.
Had you visited Nashville previously? Did you know anybody who lived here?
We came once. My buddy Mike was working as a tech for Restless Heart. It's an old country band from the 80s, or like a harmony band. And then Mike was just it was like kind of an exciting time because I think we visited in like 09 or 2010. But that show, Nashville, had just been on like NBC or something, like Hayden Panettiere. People liked for whatever reason. And so Nashville was like starting to get like what it has now, like a reputation for like being an actual city instead of like, it was just like a town that people wrote country songs in for the longest time. But yeah, it was just so different back then, man. It was just like so different to try to like meet folks. Like just Mike's in with the Restless Heart thing. We thought we would like, oh, let's meet Restless Heart. It's just not how shit works at all.
No. Well, it's a young person's mentality.
Yeah.
Before you really know that the amount of work that it takes to actually do it professionally.
Yeah, I had so much unearned confidence when I first moved. Like I thought I could play. I moved here with a PV grind bass. It cost like $300.
I don't even know if
it's
know.
bad. I still have it just for the memories, but it's like the PV Cirrus is like it's like all wood neck through. And the grind was just their Indonesian knockoff with
kind of like Squire and Fender.
Yeah. But this was just such a bad bass.
So you were gigging down. Did they have like backline at the bars back then?
Yeah, like they've always had bass, like drum rigs and then bass cabs. And then back then there were like wedges everywhere, so there weren't like in-ears or whatever. But it was just such a different game, man. There weren't as many people. There weren't as many bars. People came for music and not to like party. It was still... People still cared about like the songs. Like they came in with like a favorite, you know, they wanted to hear some old George Strait song, but it wasn't like people weren't just yelling Wagon Wheel at you over and over and over.
So how have you seen it change from a demographics standpoint from 2011 until today?
It happened like gradually. It was like when I first came to town, man, and like just playing like 3 or 4 gigs on Broadway a week and then working those other jobs, it was hard to make ends meet. But the people were like usually middle-aged. It was like the American Idol crowd, like people that were watching that. Like they came in and they still had favorite songs from when they were a kid, and they still like loved seeing live bands. Like it wasn't done to death, you know? Yeah, people still got excited when you played an old Waylon Jennings song. And it's just kind of not the vibe anymore, man.
What would you say the vibe is now?
The vibe is it's all radio shit. Like the radio hits, in my opinion, don't have a lot of staying power. It just seems like it's just like bubblegum, like pop, like junk food for your ears. It's I don't know, man. It seems to me it's just like weak hooks that are dragging people in. Have you noticed like new like country music, especially how like wordy it is?
Yeah, well, it's funny you bring that up because I feel like a lot of the people that are our age and kind of younger, you know, in their 20s, 30s, they also grew up on hip hop being a part of pop culture.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's really shaped the way that things have changed in terms of country music as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like you look really at the bro country phenomenon when that first started breaking out. I would probably say 2011, 2012.
It was happening so hard when I moved here.
Yeah.
FGL was so everywhere, dude.
Really? Yeah.
Everywhere. Cruise, that was the song.
Yeah. I played in a wedding band. I played one wedding gig in Maine, and that was the only bro country song that was on. So because I wasn't really familiar with that growing up in the Northeast. It was like I knew in a periphery way, like Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash, of course, and stuff like that, the Highwaymen, because my grandfather liked it. He lived in East Tennessee, and we come down to visit, and, you know, he'd be playing CDs, and it was always a mix of, like, Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings and stuff like that.
Yeah, proper old stuff.
Exactly. So, and before I moved here, I got into Sturgill Simpson. Because that's when Blue Turtles All the Way Down.
Meta Modern Sounds and country music.
Exactly. Yeah. Great fucking album. But I kind of knew just from hearing Cruise and a lot of the other bullshit, I was like, okay, there's the Nashville sound, and then there's actual Nashville.
There's 9 writers on that song.
9 writers?
Baby you a song. It doesn't make any goddamn sense, dude.
No, but it's just the overinflated industry aspects of the, as I like to call it, the music business industrial complex.
Sure. Big Machine is their label.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's kind of funny to see because, like, my impression of Nashville before I moved here, the main thing that moved me here was the Black Keys and Jack White. I knew they were here.
I had that thought too.
Yeah. And I was like, well, these are like 2 of my favorite rock acts. So it must be a cool place to be. And I moved here in 2015. So it was already underway by the time that I got here. Like it was just starting to kind of heat up to what it is today. So you were here post flood then when you first moved here?
Yeah, it was the summer right after the flood. And it kind of smelled like New Orleans after Katrina here.
Yeah.
It was like a line on everything.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think that's what opened up all the growth to the city, too.
It is, 100%. Yeah, I mean, corporate conglomerates were able to move in and buy up a bunch of cheap real estate and open up, you know, a chunk of bars, buy a bunch of corporate buildings. But it's crazy even when you're kind of like on the side of downtown that's closer to West End, just to see how that whole area has changed and the amount of buildings that are over there. And I personally am not someone who's against the growth in Nashville. I think it's really cool. I love it. I love it when tourists come up or you're talking to them or whatever, and they're like, what is it like to live in Nashville? And you can kind of tell them what your experience is. And now that I've been here for 10 years, which is crazy to fucking think about, I can tell them how it was when I first moved here to now. And there's still a lot of great things I feel like in this city that were still around even back then. From being able to go to McKay's or 5 Points Pizza or any of those things is the Nashville that I love.
Yeah, some of the good spots have stuck around for sure. It's you know, you're not going to keep them all. I don't disagree with the progression. It's just like the direction, you know.
How so?
Because everything is so corporate and it's been so overpriced, and it's just I just read I was talking to some friends right before I came here. They're saying they're going to start charging for parking like in Music Row.
I saw that.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like it's not Music City anymore, dude. It's Crane City.
No, it is true that is happening.
It's just shitty. And part of me doesn't really even care because it's like the new songs that are coming out, I don't really vibe with. So it's like charge them.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I won't have to learn 32 Morgan Wallen songs next year. Ugh.
So when you were first playing downtown, was it primarily country back then?
Yeah.
That was pre Blink 182 being okay to play on Broadway.
Yeah. You could still do it. There was like the Paradise Park, the OG. You could get away with almost anything there. It was like that place was so cool that they had to change the carpet once a year.
Oh, shit.
Because it just got so ragged. Yeah, $6 pitchers. They would like really take care of you there.
Good burgers, too.
Great burgers. Staff
And
was cool.
tots.
Great bands too. Like they like gave a shit about the bands. And the bass was like $35 and we weren't making much, but we were glad to be a part of it.
Yeah.
We like actually felt like rock stars. But, you know, young and very drunk.
When did you kind of see that shift start to happen? Because you mentioned it was gradual.
Yeah. It was right around when you came. A lot of folks came in 2015. And that was like a cool boom because a lot of talent came into town. A lot of my friends came in that year. But it's just, I think the big shift was the pandemic. Like everything changed for everybody. So it's like not even, like that was just a shift, you know, not necessarily Nashville everywhere. But like after that, it seemed, I don't know if it was like marketing or what, but it seemed like all of these smaller bars were getting way less play. Like these cool bars that had been there forever, and then 5-story Star Bar goes up, and that's where everyone wants to hang.
Yeah, well, before we got started, we were talking about how the first time I saw you play, it was at Paradise Park, and the second incarnation of Paradise Park, because it became the Nashville Sporting Club for a little while.
Yeah, they had axe throwing.
Yeah. And then I think they still had it upstairs, but then the first floor they remade into Paradise Park again.
Yeah, they tried everything with that place.
Yeah.
They're still trying. Garth's is like, doesn't seem to be doing well.
Really?
It's just like always empty. And then the Garth had like some weird allegations earlier this year.
I saw about that, yeah.
He seems like a pretty creepy guy, yeah.
Yeah. I watch Your Mom's House.
Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah, where are the bodies, G?
Yeah.
Nobody knows. Did you see that video of him building a bridge, like on his property? They played it on Your Mom's House. It's the creepiest thing ever because he talks about building this bridge with his daughters, like they, you know, ripped up people,
Yeah.
and just threw them under this bridge. Yeah, that guy's very intense.
I've been outside of his house, and I will live to tell the tale. I don't want to give obviously away specifics of where it is, but it's over on the northeastern side of town. It was in an area, if you know where Kid Rock lives.
Mm-hmm.
I think he doesn't live far from Kid Rock.
Sure. All those folks, big properties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're up in the hills a little bit. But yeah, I remember I picked up this guy doing Uber, and he was like, I pulled out of where I was picking him up at, and he's like, there were just these, 8-foot fences with barbed wire at the top. He's like, that's Garth Brooks' property. And even back then, I was like, ew. I heard that Garth goes out and he wears like a wig.
It's so weird, probably.
To disguise himself so people don't know it's him.
He's so strange, man. I played a gig with his guitar player, and he was telling stories after the gig. And he was saying they were playing, it was like Garth's comeback show, and it was over at Nissan. It was called LP Field at the time. I think it was like a CMA weekend that Garth came back. But he said, Garth apparently he's like really competitive, and he has an open $1,000 bet with his band. Whoever can knock him on his ass during the gig gets $1,000. Like he wants the contact, like he thinks it's a sport. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, he's saying this dude, his guitar player's up on the catwalk and he's playing a solo, and then he feels Garth like coming behind him, so he just braces because he knows Garth's going to try to knock him over. And he feels that, but he also sees this young lady got her chesticles out and just popped him on the stage. Maybe not so young. But anyway, they're down there, and then he just feels this rumbling, and he feels the push coming from Garth, so he braces himself. And then he sees Garth's size 12 boot step right on this lady's titty that's on the stage. And Garth is like, he doesn't really notice it. His guitar player does. And so his guitar player's trying to move him, but he has this bet, so he's pushing back. So he's digging in like more.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Jesus
he said it was
Christ.
just absolutely wrecked after Garth finally got off this girl's breast, dude.
Oh, my God.
Instant black and blue.
Jesus,
Yeah,
dude.
I don't know what happened after that, but that was enough.
I'm sure she got paid money or got some
got
tickets.
it signed.
Yeah, got it signed. That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah, that guy's crazy, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's the crazy thing about living in Nashville is you're only a couple people removed from someone super famous.
Yeah, and they do weird shit all the time.
Has anyone famous ever like popped into any of your gigs downtown?
Man, I was just talking about this the other day. I was playing at Tin Roof. This has happened several times to me at Tin Roof. The first time, it was a Monday night, and Jason Momoa showed up.
Oh shit!
The Aquaman.
Yeah,
and he was selling booze.
Lobo now.
Yeah, okay.
he's playing like a famous DC villain called Lobo.
Oh, I don't do the DC thing.
Yeah.
My
You're
friend-
a Marvel guy.
No, I just don't do any of it.
Hey, you know what? Respect.
My buddy Dean tells me about it, and I just snore in his face openly. But so he showed up, and he had a band, and his guitar player I used to play for. It was very strange. I knew his guitar player out of the bat, but they got up and played, and like, I think he was selling a vodka.
Does he sing or what does he do?
He plays bass.
Okay.
So he played my bass, and it like looked like a toy on him.
Oh shit!
My strap is like,
Yeah.
He was nice. He was very kind.
Could he play?
He's like a slap style, and then it's all drop D stuff.
Oh, so it was like heavier, kind of Rage Against the Machine?
Not really, but his style, like somebody showed him. I'm guessing he just said he wanted to play bass to somebody, and then somebody showed him how to slap and then how to finger like 1-4-5.
Oh,
and that's what he's doing.
Nice.
He was locked in, and he sounded good. Like he had,
yeah, he can hang if probably someone shows him.
Yeah. But I mean, his time was good, and his feel was good, and he wasn't overplaying like my bass. Like he wasn't hitting the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I got it back. It was in tune.
Oh, okay. That's a good sign.
I mean, it was a great sign. But that was 2 or 3 months later after that. Jamie Johnson, Brock Lesnar, and Zach Brown all released a spiked tee together.
I didn't know Brock Lesnar. Does he sing?
No, but they all released this. I don't know why they're. He wore a cowboy hat to the thing. He took up the whole doorway. He was the only guy.
Dude, I'm sure.
Zach Brown came in the back door with bodyguards everywhere. Jamie Johnson just kind of came in low key with his wife.
Was this at Tin Roof as well?
Yeah, it was at Tin Roof. It was on a Monday again. But Brock Lesnar rolled in, no security, and he took up the entire doorway.
He doesn't need security. He is his security.
Dude, people were trying to get an autograph or whatever, and he just didn't even look at him, just walked through.
Jeez.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And then I was there again at Tin Roof. It was a Friday night. It was during Bonnaroo that weekend, and Chad Smith showed up.
Oh, nice.
And
that's cool.
I just saw him in the dark, and I was like, holy shit. It was like a dead night. And I must look like I saw a ghost. I must look wild. It was right after I quit drinking. And the drummer was like, what's going on? And then he saw him, and we were both just in awe. And then he walked on stage without asking because he didn't need to. And he's like, what do you guys want to play?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we played Highway to Hell. And it was real hard.
I bet.
I couldn't even look at him. I'm such a Chili Peppers fan.
Yeah, that's a surreal moment. Dude.
It was insane because when I learned how to play, I didn't have any money, so I figured out that those old things that used to hook like a Sony Discman up to your car stereo, that little cassette tape with the wire on it.
Mm-hmm.
I figured out if I plugged that into my stereo, hit record, plug the other end into my bass, it would come through my speakers, and then I could play CDs through it as well. And I did that with Californication, with Load and Reload, with Nimrod. Just shitty 90s albums.
Dude, have you seen the Mike Dirnt G3 Epiphone bass that just got released?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is cool. I think I guess they're making a Gibson version too. That was the other thing that
That'd be smart.
Yeah. But I mean it's $1,200 for just the Epiphone, but I
didn't see that.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, but I think it's just such a cool cool idea for a bass because I mean, if you want to get a ripper or a grabber, now those are like $5,000 fucking minimum.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way to get one for cheap. I want to obviously try it out, but I would love to get one of those basses.
They're cool. That's that old tone too, like the whole Dookie album. I think he had a Fender on Nimrod. But yeah, it's cool tones. I don't know about that shape for the headstock. For me, it's like a specific thing, you know.
Yeah.
But I didn't know they're $1,200.
Yeah, $1,200.
That sucks, dude. Everything's so expensive?
Yeah, I mean it's wild to just kind of see instrument prices. Like it is cool though to see that a lot of these companies like Fender now they're releasing with their Ventera line. Have you seen that stuff?
Yeah.
It's cool. I mean, a lot of it's made in Mexico, but now, I mean, they're releasing Mustangs when Mustangs weren't really released for the longest time for both guitar and bass.
I like a Mustang bass.
Dude, I was telling you at the gig that I came to see you at recently, my main bass is a JMJ signature model, Justin Meldal Johnson, who played with Beck and a bunch of other people. But dude, that bass is a dream. Like
they're great.
It's my main bass that I play now. And I still have my P bass, but I need to get it set up because I put like the Jamerson gauge flat wounds on there, and the neck just like bowed.
Yeah, those are heavy ass
instantly.
strings.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, I can't fucking play this thing anymore.
I'll give you some tips on setups.
Yeah. I definitely need to get that bass set up. Because I have a session coming up that I could really use that P bass on.
That's what they're built for, man.
Yeah.
They're so good that they just sound so good on wax, as the kids say.
Have you had much experience like doing sessions in addition to your gigs?
I'm looking at getting back into that, man. When I first moved here, that was one of the things that I was doing to hustle as well. But like the folks that I was working with, I felt like they were like ripping people off, you know?
How so?
It felt like they were lying to these artists, and those artists were usually like out of town young ladies that had either their parents or some backers' money, and it was just a lot of this is going to be a hit, you know, and like you could tell they weren't good songs.
Take the money and run.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, they were just robbing these girls and like promising them whatever and not really delivering, in my opinion.
Well, it's a tale, I feel like, as old as time in Nashville, especially when someone new is here. You see someone come to town with stars in their eyes, and they might legitimately be good, and they are working with a producer, you know, who might play guitar in some big artist band, and this is their way to make sure they have money coming in when they're not on the road. And I feel like that's something that's not talked about enough because it's in my opinion, fucking predatory.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if I don't like something and I'm not into it, I'm just not going to do it. You know, even if the money's there, if I'm like, we're not really aligned.
Yeah.
It depends on how close it is to the first of the month, too.
There's a price, dude. There's a price.
There's a price.
Yeah, I wasn't making enough to overlook it.
Yeah. So you were just kind of feeling a little bit greasy about it? Is that?
I just felt like I was being part of the problem, you know? And I've really thought about this lately. Like, I still love music so much. It's like, it's what gets me going. But I fucking hate the industry. It's so greasy, and it's self-serving, and the industry doesn't care about music at all. It just cares.
Musicians.
No, yeah, well, especially musicians. But it just cares if you can fucking put asses in the seats, man. It doesn't care if it's good. It doesn't care what kind of person you are. It's just greedy. Yeah. People are still buying Morgan Wallen shit. Like, I saw, it was like a year or two ago, it just said Morgan Wallen is my N-word hard R on a T-shirt, a white T-shirt, with black letters. And he was playing it.
Was he selling those?
No, I don't think so. But, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. But, like, that's the crowd this cat is inspiring.
Dude, it's sad to me. I mean, even after him throwing the chair in that whole incident.
I was playing right across the street that night.
Really?
They didn't do shit to him, dude.
No, of course not.
Yeah. He's just he was at Tin Roof a while before that, just slapping people when his first record came out.
Really?
Day drinking, slapping people. Asshole.
Yeah.
Guy's an asshole.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to me, but that it was like you were saying that the industry doesn't care. It's can you put asses in seats?
He sells records.
Yeah.
A coked up trailer park homecoming king.
Allegedly.
Trailer Park Homecoming King. Sells records.
Well,
I'll get less spicy.
well, the thing I feel like about with a lot of people like that, it's people like that have a lot of skeletons in the closet, and from a business standpoint, they're way easier to control
Yeah, that makes sense.
because you have something to lose.
Sure.
So it's an exchange, and I mean, dude, what you were kind of saying about the industry, I feel the exact same way, man. Like, I feel like I've operated outside of the music business industrial complex the entire time that I've been here, and I even knew moving here that it just wasn't going to be for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I moved here for the music and to play music. Sometimes I do. But all the other bullshit that comes along with it, you have to learn. And luckily, the main way that I've gotten to learn as far as fucking with the music industry is seeing other people that I know get fucked by it.
Yeah, that's a good way.
Yeah. And I'm like, because like you have people that'll tell you, oh, I got this going or I'm working on this. To go back to the people who come to town, they got their stars in their eyes those first 6 months. And to a certain degree, I think everybody does.
Yeah.
I think it's normal, especially for a lot of musicians, to be like,
Dude.
I'm going to Nashville. I'm going to make it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
I thought I was going to get a break. I thought someone was going to see like my playing or whatever. Nah, that's not how it goes. That's
No.
not how it works.
No, if only. But you know what? Even if you do get that break, you have to be suspicious of it.
Yeah.
You know?
You got to be ready too.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
I got a break I was not ready for.
What was the break?
Oh, bro. It's pretty embarrassing. So I was dating this girl, and we went to this writer's round, and it was in the Gulch at that goddamn Bluegrass place, whatever.
The Station Inn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was there. Still there, which is cool. And at this writer's round, Drew Davis was playing, and at the time, he was a manager at McGee. None of this I knew. I was just there because she said it was cool. I think I've lived in Nashville for like a year, maybe 2. And so we just go get sushi right across the street, and Drew knew one of the girl that I was with's friends. So he like sits down at our table, and then he looks at me, and it was very like Interview with a Vampire. Like he was wearing like a velvet jacket, and he had like real long hair. It was kind of creepy. I didn't really realize, and I was like very hungry to get any kind of gig. So he just like he's like, you, what do you play? I was like, I play bass. He's like, I like your look. You play bass.
How old were you?
I moved here, I was 27, so I was probably 28. But just really ignorant. And I kind of thought he wanted to bang me, dude. You know, like that was my I was like, oh, I don't know. But he actually emailed me like 3 months later, and he had this gig, and it was with this dude, Joel Kraus, and we were going to be opening on the Red Tour with Taylor Swift that summer.
Oh, shit.
So, like, I didn't even know how to make charts, bro. Like, nothing. I didn't know any songs. I knew originals that we wrote. I didn't know any covers.
So you weren't playing down on Broadway
I wasn't
yet?
playing downtown yet, no. So this was, my Broadway thing, that was probably a year after. Because my first gig was the Taylor Swift thing, and then I went down to Broadway and started playing and increasing my chops. But, so anyway, I get this gig. I see he emails out the set list, but I only read the first page of the set list, and I was like, oh, 15 songs, that's easy. So I learned these 15 songs. I didn't realize that there was 3 other pages. There was...
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there were 60 songs altogether. I only learned 15. So showed up ill-prepared. We did our first rehearsal, and then we did those 15 songs, and he was like, all right, now this song. And I was like, what? You know? And not nailing it, and the drummer stopped the song and handed me a pad and paper and was like, make some charts. In rehearsal.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man. So we had...
And
like,
you wanted to die in that exact moment.
I've never been so hot.
Yeah.
You know? So, and that drummer is a very respected drummer. He went on to play with Little Big Town. He's still a friend. I still talk to him from time to time. Excellent drummer. But he just knew I wasn't pulling my weight. He was like, here, make some charts. I didn't know how to make charts. I can't tell these people that. Just shit the bed that whole first rehearsal. Tighten my shit up before the second one. And then we had like 2 or 3 radio shows before we went on the Red Tour, which was a big deal. So the radio shows went fine. I'm kind of I'm just not a good bass player at this point in time, you know? So I'm just doing the best I can. So and I don't know anything's wrong either, by the way, because
That's usually how it goes.
yeah, I'm so ignorant. I had no idea what the situation was or why I was there or anything. So we played. I was on that tour for a couple weeks, man, and we were Ed Sheeran was the opener, and it was like he was becoming a star. He wasn't a star yet. He was opening for Taylor Swift. That tour made him a star, and we were on before Ed Sheeran, and like no one would really talk to me like while I was on this thing. Like, I don't know, they all knew what I didn't know. It's like that I was way out of, over my head.
You just had the look.
It didn't sound good, just stuff was, I didn't have the look. I didn't know how to look.
Yeah.
I'm like from this farm town. I had zero idea. Anyway, and then the first show we played, we're playing these arenas in front of 30, 40,000 people. And that's new, that's new for your boy.
Yeah.
And then they're also all 11 at the time too. So that's a weird noise that I was not prepared for at all. So high pitched. So anyway, I make it through like 3 or 4 shows. It's going okay. But we were in Salt Lake City maybe, where the Jazz play. And I hit a wrong note on an Adele song that we were covering in front of everybody in the middle of the set. And it sounded so bad. It was like a 4 over a 1. It was just, and
a jazzy interpretation.
It was jazz, brother. So, and then I got fired when we came home. I had my passport and everything. We were going to Canada. We were going to start stadium tours after that. But like I went from thinking that I like had my big break to just below square one because people would not fuck with me.
Damn.
Because yeah, it was tough, man.
So how did they do it? They do it over email or on a phone call?
They brought me in. They were that mad at me.
Oh, shit. What did they say?
They said, if you ever get a gig in Nashville again, you should learn how to make charts.
Damn. And was that the extent of it?
There was more demeaning things that were said, but it was all true.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I could not.
How did you handle that in that moment?
Got to work, man. In that moment, I was so scared.
Did you say like, thank you for telling me, or?
I couldn't even say anything.
Yeah.
My instinct wanted to just like jump over the desk and fight the guy,
Which is a normal, natural human instinct.
Yeah, and I'm from a farm town. That's totally acceptable. What'd you say? But after I cooled off, I was like, guy's right, And yeah, I had to learn so much. I didn't know shit about music. I didn't know what a triad was, an arpeggio. I could barely play scales, and I got this gig. And yeah, so being ready for your opportunities pretty important.
After that happened, you assumed like you were going to be going and touring Canada and doing all this shit. And in your mind, were you already thinking like, oh, I got it made. Everything is working out for me.
Me and my lady are like thinking about, it's like, oh man, what are we going to do with all this money, dude?
Yeah. And you get fired.
Aggressively fired.
You basically get your ass handed to you.
Yeah, so much of my ass.
How long did it take you to cool down?
Weeks. It fucked my whole perception of myself up because I thought I could play, couldn't play. And then like you got to look at yourself if you want to get any better. Like that's the main lesson. And it really.
Did you start taking lessons with someone or just researching online different things?
I just started learning every song that I didn't know. That was on that list first. I went down that list, and then I got a gig with these girls. They were called Smokin' Guns, and they were like a pretty hip like Broadway band at the time. And I had already beat myself up and learned these 60 songs that I should have learned, weeks earlier. And so then I just delved in and learned their whole set list, and like I just didn't sleep for a little while. And when I learned songs, I started learning just like basic patterns and shapes, and then seeing how they all relate to each other, and then learning how to internalize tunes.
What do you mean by internalize?
So like it's like reading a page of a book and not knowing what it said by the time you get to the bottom. Like you can play a song like that. or you can like pay attention and like make little mental notes.
Is it to where you don't like read individual letters in a word, but you read a word.
Well, just like remembering the page, like, because I ADD too, so like reading a book is like almost impossible for me. So like to internalize the song, I like to relate it to a different song. Like if it has a similar chord progression as like a Stevie Wonder tune.
Totally.
I think about it like that. That's how I just get them in my head.
Well, you start seeing similarities once you start playing enough songs.
With everything.
Where it's like, oh, this song is like this song.
Yeah. And if you're playing country, they're all kind of like that.
Yeah.
20 cigarettes.
So you get this gig with Smoking Guns. You're playing down on Broadway. Are you feeling like a little bit better about yourself now that you've put in the work, or
yeah.
like where are you at mentally?
I put in some of the work, man. I was like a pretty raging alcoholic for a long time too. I could drink a ton, but I wasn't like mean or like hatey about it. Like I was having a good time with everybody. But I think I drank just because I was like so scared of not getting to my potential, and then that was limiting me from getting to my potential.
The catch-22.
It was just a weird little circle. And like everybody where I'm from, that's the pastime.
Drinking.
They're German Catholic. It's a farm town. They just drink. Just watch football and drink and yell at people and paint Trump on the side of their barns. I went back. This guy had Trump 2020 on his barn for 4 years, and he just
Kept it up there.
Yeah, he popped the 4 on when it was time, but he just left it, dude. He's
Yeah.
Whatever, it's Trump country.
So like, once you started putting in that work, and did you decide to like quit drinking? Like, when did you make that decision?
A little over 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was putting in the work, I was still. I could do a triple and just be hammered and play the last gig at the time. It's just something I can't do anymore.
So was it with age that you realized, like, I really can't keep doing this?
It was age and it was cocaine. That shit just starts coming a part of your life, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, I was like, it started so randomly. But I would, I don't know if I had like a sign on my chest or I just looked real cokey, but like I'd be peeing in a bathroom and then just key bumps would come my way of people that I didn't even know.
From playing downtown?
Just from being down there, yeah. And it was just like shit would end up in your pocket, man. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been too much of a big drinker or a drug person. You know, of course I've smoked weed and I like doing that on occasion, but even now I have so much anxiety that it just makes my anxiety worse.
Yeah.
And I think I'm having a heart attack and dying.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get through that.
Yeah, because like the thing for me, whenever I'm especially, and it's not just downtown, it's anywhere playing a gig, and once I'm really playing, like I can be kind of introverted, you know, and in a setting like this, it's different. You know, we're talking one-on-one.
Yeah.
And I feel comfortable, but when I'm going out, most of the time I'm extremely uncomfortable. I have to force myself.
If I'm not playing, I don't want to be around people. That was another thing why I drank so much, because it like made me a little bit looser, and I didn't really mind being surrounded. But yeah, I don't want to hang out, dude.
Yeah.
Like I just want to go like with friends. I'll smoke a cigar and talk about music, whatever. But yeah, I don't want to be. I don't know who does. I don't get it anymore. I don't know who's like waiting in line to go in these bars.
Well, dude, it's so crazy to see people coming through town and like how excited they are to be in Nashville. Not that I don't think it's great.
Yeah, I want them to have a good vacation. Like I try my best to not be.
Yes.
Like to.
We're the entertainment.
Yeah.
You know. And I take that seriously, but it's also if I was going somewhere, I wouldn't want to be like on vacation. I wouldn't want to be in an environment like Broadway.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've seen?
It changes
when you're playing on stage.
It changes. You know that this just happened Friday. It's all Tin Roof stories. Tin Roof is like my mecca. I don't know why. I started playing there when it opened.
The one on Demumbrian or the one
downtown?
Okay.
The one
on Broadway.
on Demumbrian was open first, but the one on Broadway had opened. I can't remember. They just had their 10-year anniversary either last year or the year before. But this Friday we were playing there, and you know that? Remember that? Like he's like a happy clogger, like a mountain dancer. He's just always smiling, and his feet are moving a mile a minute.
That's like on TikTok.
Yeah, he's kind of he was there.
Yeah,
and he rolled in while we were playing, and he did that dance. for like an hour.
Did everybody clap?
No, just me and the guitar player, Dean. We're so impressed by this guy.
Yeah, he's a great dancer.
He's nuts, and he's so happy, and like the way that he really gets his shoulders into it,
Yeah.
lets you know he's having a good time.
Yeah.
But then later on, there was a blind girl that walked in with her friends, and she had two friends, and it was like sweet. They were like leading her around. She was listening to music, but she like, if you're us, she's like facing this way. And then I've never seen this before, but she got her phone out to take a video. I didn't know that video was for. And her friend very politely nudged it over to us. But it might have just been for the audio. I have no idea. But that was a weird one, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just always changes, man. You go into Jelly Rolls, you'll just see a bunch of big fat swingers. Like, that's weird.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's kind of the crowd there.
How can you tell if they're swingers?
Because they always come in coupled up.
What does that mean?
It's like two couples, and they're just like big fat biker guys, and then
Big
they'll
fat
have
women?
usually pretty all right. It's they follow the Jelly Roll model, like, you know.
Yeah.
On the second floor it says "In Hose We Trust." That's the bunny floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. But it's always the other chick goes and sits on the other fatty's lap.
Oh.
Yeah. Now it's time to get some
Interesting.
burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a weird scene down there. There's something for everybody, but it's just like, it's gotten so debaucherous, which is ironic because it used to be just all titty bars and like it used to be strip clubs and hookers down there, like in the 90s.
But there's a Vegas mentality, I would say, in Nashville
Yeah.
now.
I don't know where that comes from either, man.
I think people feel like they're away from home. It's a party environment, so they feel like they can do whatever they want. I mean, I've dealt with it even on the driving front as well, where
Yeah.
people will confess the wildest shit to me, dude. Tell me their deepest, darkest secrets, like if they're cheating or whatever, you know, and I'm just like, I don't judge them. I'm like, they need to let this out. This
Yeah.
is, you know, this is a safe space. You know, I've never had anyone be like, I murdered someone, but it's interesting to see how much people like let go of, and they get to be what they really want to be here. I think in a lot of ways, it's almost like they're living the fantasy of being a rock star for a weekend.
Their little country music cosplay.
Exactly.
They buy the boots. We're
Yeah.
selling the boots.
Hey, buy one get two free.
If we made boots,
Dude, yeah, I know. We would never have to work again.
shitty pink boots.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I gave this one ride a couple of months ago. I pull up. It's a group from Long Island. It's like 5 girls and an older guy in probably his 50s, you know? And
Nice.
so I was thinking, oh, this is a dad and like Vanderbilt students. It was right over by Vanderbilt.
Sure.
They try all piling into my backseat, and I'm like, no, this is not going to happen. I was like, if I get pulled over, I get in trouble. Nothing happens to you.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the chicks got super pissed, and she's like, well, this is not the way they do it in Long Island. And I was like, I don't care the way they do it in Long Island.
What are you, fucking blowjob?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
So I put my foot down, and I'm like, you can request another Uber. And they backed down, and the other 2 girls just ended up getting an Uber. But so the one girl got in my front seat, and then one of the girls and the older guy got in the back seat. And the girl that was in the front seat, she was like, can I connect my phone? Which already annoys me right off the jump, where I'm like,
No one charges their phone.
Who the fuck do you... Well, it's not even the charging. I'm fine with the charging, but she wanted to connect her music. And she had a very shitty music taste,
Sure.
firstly. And secondly, every 30 seconds she would change the song, but she was blasting the music. What I figured out, because I dropped them off at a party bus place, the one that's kind of like over in the ghetto and off Murfreesboro Pike.
Hell yeah.
This guy was a sugar daddy, and this was his sugar baby. They were having negotiations in the back seat, and I didn't realize that until after the fact. So I'm like, because this girl was blasting this music and changing the songs, and I'm like, any man in his 50s would say something. If this was just a dad, he'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop
Sure.
that. Even if it was his friend's daughter, he'd be like, hey, We're sorry. Do what you got to do. Like, you would talk to me.
Yeah.
But this guy wasn't wanting to say anything. Is because he wanted to get laid, dude.
Yeah. He said, bring a friend.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that fella's probably got a lot of money.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah. I used to work at a place. It's right now it's the Big Machine Distillery, but before that it was a place called Past Perfect. It was like my first restaurant job that I got when I was here.
Is it the one out in Berry Hill?
There's a Past Perfect out in Berry.
No. The Big Machine.
Oh, no, it's downtown. It's right on 3rd Avenue.
Yeah,
I guess.
I've played there before.
Yeah, right catty corner to the Scrummer Horn.
Yep.
But that was a place called Past Perfect, and God damn it, I forgot what I was going to say. These high drinks got me.
We were talking about sugar daddies.
Yes. So I was I used to bartend on like afternoons there during the week, and this dude would always come in with this waitress that worked at the Southern right down the street. And the dude, I think he lived in the Pinnacle building or the Encore, one of the two. But he would come in and he would call her his daughter, but he was their sugar daddy.
God.
And then he's like, "Oh, this is my daughter's friend." And they're always like 21, blonde, and
hot,
certain dimensions.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like one of those. He was the guy that invented Crocs. That's who he was.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. I'm sorry, allegedly. One of the guys. I'm bad at this. My bad.
No, you're good.
He was an old fella.
And he was rich.
Yeah, I don't know where he's at
He was
anymore.
very rich.
He was like one of like those rich cats all dressed the same though. It's like all like high end sweatsuits. Like they dress like they're
Totally.
just lounging. You know? And brand new Balances.
Yeah, the dad New Balances.
Yeah, he was relaxing and he was playing dad. It was just very creepy.
Yeah.
I remember being like, ugh, because he was like 60. You know.
Oh.
And like, what are they doing?
Well, it's wild to me, you know, because it's like, to a certain degree, I have empathy for these young girls, but they don't give a fuck, dude. They're like, I'm getting paid. It doesn't matter.
I don't know how much I would have to get paid to look at old balls for that long.
Dude, exactly. Because, like, it ends, and you're done with him, and he's done with you, and then you just sucked a 60-year-old man's dick, you know?
Liver spots?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's gross as shit, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just not for me. Good for them.
Hey. I guess if you got it, flaunt it.
I almost threw up brushing my teeth this morning, so
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going down on a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all sorts of weird shit that, like, Nashville's such a cross-section of people.
Yeah. Everyone's here, man. That's the cool part. I do like that. My uncle came in from Columbus when we moved. We just like moved downtown in November, down like where you saw us. We were like across the street. But my uncle came in from Columbus, and like he was instantly surprised. I was playing with this Australian dude named Troy Kemp at the time over at the Assembly Food Hall. And Troy would just like go around and just basically just ask people questions, get in their lives a little bit while they're sitting down and eating, maybe make some tips.
Doing some crowd work.
Just a little bit, you know, just
Yeah.
finding out where folks are from. And there's always folks from everywhere, man. There's Australians, there's New Zealanders. There was some Indian people. There's some folks that just came in from China.
Wow.
China.
Dude, what's crazy to me is there's so many visitors coming from the UK now.
Yeah.
And they love the shitty country music.
Yeah, they
The
dig.
shitty stuff.
The worse, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Marmite or whatever the fuck they're spreading on toast over there.
Yeah.
Bad taste.
Yeah, that was surprising to me because I hadn't been out, you know, in a while. You know, I had a day job for a little while and was more focused on just the rhythm of life and trying to collect gear and all that shit. And I met a couple people from the UK, and I was like, well, what? I've had an influx of people from the UK that I've met recently. Why are you guys coming to Nashville so much? And they're like, oh, we're really big country music fans. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, Luke Combs and like Luke Bryan.
Yeah.
I was like, really? Not even. I was like, do you know who Sturgill Simpson is? And they'll be like, yeah, we know who Sturgill is, which is better than the average like American country music fan here, because you talk to 3 out of 10 of the average American country music fans, and they might know Sturgill. They probably know Tyler Childers. They definitely know Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
But they don't know who Sturgill is.
They know Zach Bryan is though.
Yeah. But that was just so surprising to me, where I'm like, Luke Combs, like, that's why you guys are in Nashville. Waylon Jennings lived in Nashville.
Yeah. Yeah.
Johnny Cash lived in Nashville.
Yeah, it doesn't, I don't know. It's about what you're into, I guess. Maybe they're just like, because like that was a decade ago, so maybe they're just like catching the wave,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I love hearing that perspective, though. And they've also all told me that Country Roads Take Me Home is like a gigantic song over in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, really? And they said, yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, why? And they're like, I don't know. It's just like you go to any like nightclub in the UK and you will hear that song 4 times a night.
That's wild.
And I was like, country, and it's not a bad song. Like,
Yeah.
I don't hate that song. I don't have but it's like a 50-year-old song.
Yeah.
You know, so it's wild that these like 25-year-olds that live in the UK are like, yeah, we really love Country Roads Take Me
John
Home.
Denver is rolling over in his grave, dude.
Hey, you know what? More power to him. His estate is getting paid.
John Denver, what a songwriter.
Yeah.
Old sunshine on my goddamn shoulders, John Denver, dude. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I've got some Australian friends, and they're still very into that song as well. Like the hokey stuff, they really, really like that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's so interesting. And it's like, again, you know, like, I don't think it's a bad song. I wouldn't.
I think if you're beat up by it, like if you've heard it so many goddamn times.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like another song that I never want to fucking listen to again. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
I don't mind if I don't hear it.
Yeah. it's a great song. Don't get me
Fantastic.
wrong. But it's like there's other stuff that I want to hear by Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Killer Queen would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Tie Your Mother Down.
Ooh.
Dude, badass.
Yeah.
But it's so wild when you think about that. Like just different countries, different cultures, their music taste, and what their impression of America is.
Yeah.
And they come here, and I think a lot of people come to Nashville, and they have a totally different impression of what it is versus actually what it's going to be. That's the number one thing I hear from people. They're like, I'm so surprised that Nashville's actually like a big city.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so much to do away from downtown, too. Of course, there's downtown, and it's like Times Square in New York. It's where the madness is, where everybody wants to go. And people always ask me, where should I go downtown? I tell them either Printer's Alley or Robert's Western World.
Yeah.
I was like, everywhere else you can go and see, and there'll be good and bad. Well, everybody is actually good that plays here. But you get what I'm saying. Everybody's at least competent. You're
going to see a better band than was in your town.
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
And the other thing that's interesting to have a perspective about here is, as a musician, you can feel like, I'm just trying to get through this gig. My knee hurts, my back hurts, whatever, my shoulder hurts. We're on hour 3. The people in the crowd, that might be the one time this year that they see a live band.
Yeah. Yeah, I've tried to really refocus on that. And like the sobering up really helped. When I was drinking, I didn't really give a shit.
Yeah.
And that was unfortunate. But at that time, man, there was a time when people wanted to see the spectacle too. I think they still kind of do with those Star Bars, maybe.
Yeah.
But they people still like they'll want to get the band all jacked up and just see what happens.
Like get them drunk.
Yeah, people just bring up shots to us. Once you let it be known that you'll take shots with people, you get a lot of shot taking people.
And of course the bar doesn't mind it either.
They love that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was drinking a fair amount of Jack Daniels every night too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The good old days.
Dude, I'm too much of a bitch to really develop a dependence on alcohol.
Lucky you, dude.
Because, dude, don't get me wrong. There's other things that I like. I have other predilections, but it's just in particular. For me, I've always, whenever I've drank, and like the next day I'd feel so shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've drank maybe 3 times this year, like half of a beer.
Nice.
But it's always, I've never been able to hang in those environments. I think it's a blessing.
Yeah, that's a great quality.
But socially, it's just I'm not very, very good unless I'm like in a quiet corner somewhere and can have a conversation with someone.
I feel that. The drinking thing does get shit done. But it's like that's kind of a trap, you know? If you meet somebody at a night out and you guys get all fucked up and then you get the gig for it, you're just going to spend all your time getting all fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel too, the thing that I've always kind of heard from a lot of players down on Broadway who have been around the block is they talk about Broadway being Never Never Land, because you can go down there and there's always access to women, drugs, alcohol. It's a constant.
Mm-hmm.
party.
It's that island in Pinocchio.
Mm-hmm.
You can turn into a donkey real fucking fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you notice yourself kind of going into that where you needed?
I was full on jackass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on all over the place. Yeah, it just gradually happened, man. It was like it's just addict behavior. I thought that I needed it in my life to be entertaining, and I was frightened to do it without that. Anxiety, and I just didn't think that I was enough, man. You know, and just one day, I just kind of I had a lot of people in my life help me.
Did anyone talk to you and they're like, "Hey, man"?
Ivy sent me a really good text. It was long and it was painful for her, I'm sure, to send that, but it really helped me out.
Just out of a place of I love you and I'm worried about you.
Yeah. It was hard for her to do, but it showed me, that she cares about me. It was important, and right around the same time, both of my brothers had kids, and
Perspective shifter.
yeah, and my lady's brother also had a kid. It's all right. They're all right around 3. I think it goes from 3.5 to 2.5. Like they're all right around the same age. But I just remember growing up, like I said, like everyone drinks in my hometown, farm town, not a lot to do. I just remember drunk uncles all the time. And I didn't want to be a drunk uncle because I remember that felt shitty, you know. There was one Thanksgiving. My dad is the youngest of 14 kids.
Damn.
Catholics, bro. And so his oldest brother is like 18 years older than him. And my old man met him when he was like 5. He like got back from the Army or Navy or something. And my uncle's name is Steve. My dad's name is Dave. My dad was just like, he's 5, 6 years old, chilling out in the driveway. And this dude comes down in like navy blues, just like dress uniform. And Steve was like, "Who are you?" And Dad's like, "I'm Dave." And then he's like, he had to ask. He's like, "Mom, who is this?" It's like, "That's Dave. It's your brother." Insane. But anyway, Steve was all drunk this Thanksgiving. I think I was like probably around 7 or 8 years old. My grandmother's house was real tight, but the kitchen was hers. Like she stayed back in that kitchen, and then she made all the food. She put that on the little bar and the little table. And he basically just went in there to eat and say thank you, you know. And one of my aunt's husbands was getting a little lippy with Steve, and all I heard was, "What'd you say?" And then Grandma was like, "Go outside." And I walked in the kitchen, and Steve was hammer-handing this dude up against the stove on the ground in the kitchen for Thanksgiving. Wild.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just didn't want to be that.
No, not at all, man.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be any of that. I don't want my nephews to have to look at that. Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah. Well, I imagine it was an uncomfortable moment, but it was kind of like what you were talking about earlier with getting fired from that gig.
Yeah.
Where you just had to take ownership over that situation.
It was really similar. I didn't think about it that way. But it was like the same thing. It was growth, you know, needed to happen. Yeah, I wasn't going to grow. It was unfortunate. I'd like gotten to, like my playing, everything. I got into a level where I just wasn't getting any better. And since I've quit, I have.
What's your primary gear that you use down on Broadway?
Waiting
now?
to talk about
gear,
bro. Yeah. I'm simple. I'm old, and I just love what works. And if it's effective, that's what I do. So I just run a bass into a Sans amp.
Nice.
That's it, man. And
do you do in-ears?
For the stages that require it, I prefer a wedge, just because the drummers that I play with, I like the way they play.
Yeah.
You know,
you want to feel them too.
I like to feel everything, and I really like the way the air, just off the hi-hat, kind of catches my elbows sometimes.
Totally.
Know? Like you just feel all those little things, and there's a sound associated with it. It feels good, but that's just everything to do with the way that I started playing, because it was just surrounded by noise. But yeah, man, it's I've been playing I got a brand new jazz bass.
Was that the red one that you played?
No, that was I think the red one's my P bass. Was it have stickers all over the guard?
I don't remember if it had stickers on the guard.
No, I think I had my PJ.
You said it was a Franken bass.
Yeah, that was.
It has a maple fretboard.
Yeah, that was a PJ. Yeah, that's a good bass too. I just got that one playing really well. I had to file the nut down. I bought like all these little tools to help set up my stuff, and I filed the nut down just like, I don't know, a couple millimeters, and it's a whole new bass. It plays so much smoother, and like everything, resonance is better, sings better, slaps better, everything. But I bought a brand new jazz bass. I went to Carter's Vintage. My birthday's in August, and I was thinking about buying like a 70-something bass, treat myself, you know, little vintage action. So I went to Carter's, and they fucking Pretty Woman me, bro. They did not.
They were like, oh, you can't.
I kept asking this dude questions. I was like, you got 274s. There's a rosewood neck and a maple neck. I was like, what's the difference with those two? Because I see the maple neck has the truss adjustment on the top. Later, I'd find out that that's just the way they did it. And the one has a truss adjustment on the bottom.
For the rosewood, it has the truss adjustment on the bottom?
For the maple, it was, yeah, the rosewood's on the bottom, the maple's on the top.
Interesting.
But the maple, it looked like an old Japanese made because they had the truss adjustment on the top of their neck for, I don't know, a few years. I can't remember exactly. Simple question. He went to Carter's website like I hadn't already gone there, right in front of me on his laptop. He's like, doesn't say. I was like, okay, it's all right. And then I asked him like 2 other questions about the basses, and he just brushed me off. So I went to guitar.
And you were ready to buy.
I had money in my pocket. I was ready to go. In his only defense, I did look very much like a bass player that day. But you got to recognize that shit, bro, if you want, you know. But I went to Guitar Center 3 weeks later, had the exact opposite experience that you did. This man was very helpful.
Yeah.
And it just jumped off the wall, man. It was a brand new jazz bass, maple neck. Their new pickups are like super noiseless, so you can turn one all the way up. There's no hum.
Nice.
That was my whole beef with jazz basses. But it came out of the box, action was smooth, slapped it one time, and I was like, it's mine.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, she's the go-to right now.
And so you said you're also using a Sans amp.
Yeah.
I have one of the Sans amp paradrivers. What do you like about the Sans amp?
I like where it beeps up, and I like how it scoops the mids, and I like the sizzle that it adds on top too. With that high end, it allows me, I usually roll my tone like halfway off, and then I'm like in a good place. Like if I play with a pick, you can hear the definition, but I've got room either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like nothing special, man. It's all, I eliminated my fingerboard like 10 years ago because I thought it was a crutch with my playing, or not my fingerboard, my pedal board. But I used to have all kinds of shit. I just go straight in now.
Yeah. I have a pretty minimal pedal setup. I have the Sans amp on there. I have like a tuner pedal. One of the Strombo stomp boxes. It's a nice big display. So
Nice.
I like having a nice big display. And then I also have like a bass Big Muff on there.
I love the Big Muff.
Yeah.
That's the only pedal that I would put on a board. I love that pedal.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sounds so good.
They're cool. And I think I want to get some kind of either maybe like a Pog or like a clone pedal just to make that sound a little bit more.
Yeah. I've thought about an Octaver so much. Apparently the MXR, that new...
The synth pedal?
Yeah. That thing looks pretty rad.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Logan's been raving about it online.
Yeah, he has.
And like he's...
Logan Hatcher, who's been a guest on the show and is a very prominent bassist in town, plays a lot downtown.
He's
the guy.
Well, he's like our gear review guy.
Yeah.
Like because Logan, he just can't help himself, dude. He has to buy everything. I just found out he lives close to me. I'm going to try to connect.
Yeah.
But he's always busy, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that, he just always has his finger on the pulse. Dude, he got Vic Wooten out to a bass hang.
I saw he did one with Chuck Rainey as well.
Yeah, dude. I was out of town for both of those.
Yeah.
Chuck Rainey, too. Like, that's...
Yeah, he was doing...
Heavy hitters, dude.
Yeah, he was doing some kind of signing when I saw it. I was like, oh, shit. Good for you, Logan.
Icons, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. But, of course, I was out of town for both of those.
Hey, there's plenty of opportunity here in Nashville.
There's no way I would have been cool around either one of those dudes. I'd be like, oh, go.
Dude, especially Chuck Rainey. I'm such a big fan. I mean, obviously Steely Dan. I love Steely Dan.
Dan's cool, man.
Like, I love Steely Dan. There's a lot of Steely Dan haters
This is
out
the Peg
there.
studio, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Where can people find you at?
Just downtown, man. I don't really like to mess with socials or anything.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Do you have any set gigs that you normally play downtown?
Yeah, it's like Monday nights I'm down at Tin Roof 6 to 10 with one of like an old guy band. It's a lot of fun. And just like during the week, it's just I'll be down there sporadically, but it's like every Thursday we play late in the alley. Every Friday I play late at Tin Roof, and then every Saturday we do a double in the alley.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, well, thank you so much for coming on.
Dude, thanks for having me. It's great to talk to you.
Of course. Keep on dreaming. See you next week.